Hi, this is Julie at Love's Beginning with the blog post entitled Full Moon Collaboration with Guidelinesweb. One of my daily joys is reading Betty's blog, guidelinesweb, which you can find at guidelinesweb.wordpress.com. She receives daily messages from a group called the Grandmothers, who are very much like my imaginary friends, the energies from whom I receive messages. It is not at all unusual for Betty's messages and mine to line up and resonate strongly, and I always love to see that. When I posted about my new inspired writing service yesterday, Betty suggested that I read her full moon message and see what the imaginary friends have to say. It was great fun. I highly recommend you check Betty's blog out. She says so much in a few words. Here's her full moon message. May 29th, 2018, full moon at 8 degrees Sagittarius. Dear Grandmothers, do you have anything to share with us regarding the energies of the full moon at 8 degrees Sagittarius on May 29th, 2018? Yes, we are here. Be assured this energy pattern is one of advantage and resolution to past patterns of inertia. This will soon be apparent in your sense of clarity and freedom of movement, whereas before you had that sense of clouded judgment and/or blocked progress. Let us assure you of a higher, more positive field of energy entering your arena, your personal world scenario, wherein there is that sense of support, of good vibes, of luck with your endeavors. It is a time of getting set, of unfolding, untangling, and preparation for a swift and successful ascent. Upon the next new moon, yes. And here is the response from the imaginary friends. If you're not familiar with my giving my messages a source and a name, they call themselves the imaginary friends to me, or that's the name we agreed on with lowercase letters, because they're inviting us to see ourselves as delightfully and flexibly imaginary too. So their name is an invitation for us to also see the expansiveness and flexibility of ourselves. They're a unified and harmonic energy, and they feel very much like the grandmothers from whom Betty receives messages. So here's theirs. Relief and release. These are the energies that are prominent. Relief doesn't come through some outside agency, since you are one with all that is. Relief is something you are granting to yourself because you know you are worthy of it. As you give yourself a big break, you give everyone and everything you look at a big break, and this means that everything can transform. Everything can transform because you allow it to. You are subject to nothing, and energies are very flexible. If you think of your full moon, a fullness, a burgeoning, an overflowing of blessings, truly your cup runneth over. Think of this full moon, this pregnant moon, this ready to give birth moon, and think of what you are birthing with her. What is ready to come to fruition now? You can feel it. If you stop for a moment, you can see images of it. Try stopping for a moment to see if you can hear anything about it. This coming to fruition is possible because of the willingness to release everything that is not needed. We honor you for that. What you are allowing yourself to experience now is akin to the oil can in The Wizard of Oz. That is the difference in the level of relative freedom and flexibility you are ushering in now, and you are doing this collectively, cooperatively, harmoniously. Think of us viewing the energy of you in color and light form, and think of the beautiful show we are seeing. There is so much willingness to step into this new space, and that means there is so much willingness to release the old. Take a moment to feel what it is like to move and stretch in ways you didn't even know you could before. We find it important to note that the experience of this freedom is possible because each and every one of you is willing to sit in intense feeling, to see through it, and to release blocked energies. It is a harrowing and intense process at times, and it is a giving birth. So for those of you who feel in the thick of things right now, know that you're going to emerge into a clearing, and it's because of your willingness. We also want to emphasize the cooperative nature of this venture. Energetically speaking, you're working beautifully with people you will never meet, although you will meet some eventually. The power of that shared energy is not only beautiful for us to behold, but transformative for your world. There's a sense of back and forth struggle that can feel prominent right now, but there's also a growing sense of the flow and abundance that is always there, available to all equally. The struggle subsides as you let it go, and flow and abundance arise to take its place because you have made room for them. We want to leave you with an image, balloons floating upward. This is the buoyant sense of lightness we want to leave with you, because you almost can't believe you're granting it to yourself yet, but why not? Isn't everyone worthy of this wonderful feeling? You're being able to see that is precisely why it's available to you now. It's safe to release the tethers that seem to anchor you to the ground. Time to move up now and to stay in that higher and lighter perspective that brings so many wonderful things into your lives. And that's the end of the message from the Imaginary Friends. I wanted to thank Betty. I truly enjoyed this collaboration. If you're interested in collaborating with me, just comment or send me a message. Thanks for joining me.